Welcome everybody to my studio. I'm sorry we can't be together face to face, which is a really nice way to interact with you, but it's nice also to be doing it online with you. And in my studio, this is where I work. Today we're going to be talking about collections, and I am responding to a visit that I made to Artspace Mackay Gallery, and when I saw Catherine Truman's exhibition. And one of the pieces that I really enjoyed was called Ongoing Being, and it's this wonderful collection of bits that she has gathered, and that's what I want to respond to today and let's talk some more about collections, because they can be really interesting. When I had a look at Catherine's exhibition, there were many things to take notice, and please have a look at the website if you haven't seen it yet, because there's really good images and lots of information about what her works are. But this one, Ongoing Being, responds particularly to the human body, especially the human brain, which she is so interested in. She's an artist who's very interested in science. So today we're going to look at collections, what they are, think a little bit about what can be collected, and I'm hoping that you're going to make a collection. And then we're going to talk about how you can arrange them, and that's the really fun artistic bit. And then we'll talk about ways of showing or displaying them and sharing them. I'm hoping you're going to share some photos of your collections. First of all, a collection needs to be something that you are interested in. Catherine Truman was very interested in the human body and the brain, so she collected things that excited her and interested her about that. So what I want you to do first of all is just have a brainstorm, think about what can be collected, and then we'll have a little share of what a list I have here is. So just stop the video for a moment, give yourself a couple of minutes to think about it and write down some lists. Okay? So I'll show you my ideas now. I wrote these down. And you'll see that I've got two groups. One group is a collection of things that you can hold in your hand, and another group is a collection can be things that you cannot hold into your hand. So let's have a look at that group first of all. For example, you can collect ideas and memories, fears, conversations can be collected, music, words and sentences, something I do. Story characters can be a collection of things, dreams, but these are not things you can hold in your hand, but they're still really interesting collections. The type of collection I'm going to be talking about today are things that you can hold in your hand, objects mostly. Things like stickers and stamps and cards. All of these things can be collected, and you will have a whole heap of other ideas to what's on this list. It's endless, and that's the exciting thing about collections. But it's then what you do with them and some artistic decisions that you can make with them. Some of the collections I found in my shed, my art shed, without even realising I was a collector, are these flattened bottle tops. I walked around for weeks and I just decided to collect them because I thought one day I'll do something with them, and I will. I have used them a little bit in art, but not a lot. But I will do something with them. Shells, that's a common thing that people like to collect, of course. The other thing I found a collection of was feathers that I'd found on my travels, and there's a real combination of different types of feathers, big and small. And the other thing I've got is sticks. I love working with sticks, and I had to cull my collection to these because I had too many. These are some of the larger sticks in here, and ones that fit in this box, and then the smaller sticks here. So I have a great love of sticks. Also, I found a few things in my house that are obviously collections, so I'll put some photos of those in here for you to see as well. So this is the first thing that I want you to do. I want you to think about what collection you're going to make, and if you've already got one, then add to it, and think in terms of whether they're organic objects, things that come from nature, whether they're non-organic, things that are made by humans, or maybe they are artist made, and that's you. Maybe they're made by you, and that becomes the collection. Okay, the second part, the fun thing for me about collections is arranging them and picking and choosing the objects that you want in the space that you want to display them. Today I'm just going to use this board to display, and I thought I'd have a play around with the bottle tops. And when I was thinking about this, I decided that I would look at just the really dirty bottle tops. And I was thinking, I used to collect these when I was going for a walk, and before I knew it, I was making a kind of a track composition of, sometimes I would find a whole heap of bottle tops together, and I kind of made the clump there, and then, you know, sometimes I found a really colourful one, so I could put that there. Do not glue anything down. Do not make any decisions at this stage. This is the stage where you are just playing with what belongs in the space and what sits next to each other to tell a kind of story. And you need space as well. So that leaves you some space to just enjoy what you're looking at. If you fill it up too much, then it's kind of just, it's hard to see. So have a go with whatever your collection is, and I would suggest you have at least 3 goes at finding a way of arranging your composition, and that's an artistic term, to see how it looks in this space. And get rid of some things, put them back, pick and choose, make good decisions, make bad decisions, just keep having a go at what looks good and interesting to you. I'll show you some practice ones that I've done with the feathers and the sticks and the shells too. Okay, so once you've had a play with arranging things and you've made some decisions about how they're going to be arranged, then it's really nice to share your collections. You don't have to share all collections, but here's one idea of sharing and displaying. Displaying can be on a shelf, it can be in a book, it could be a folder, it could be in boxes. And this is one way that I come up with combining my love of a stick and the feathers. And when I was looking at this beautiful stick, it's very light, it had some natural holes in it, and I thought they're just the size for a feather. So I asked my husband, who has some good tools, and I asked him to put some holes that were very similar size, and I decided that I would use just my black and white feathers from peewees and magpies that I've found in Northern Territory, and I am going to display these feathers combined with this stick, and I might put them in all the holes, but I might decide that I want to have some gaps as well. But this is just one way of displaying. And I could put it on a shelf. I might leave it here in my art shed. But that's it. That's the fun thing about collections. It's thinking of something that interests you, then playing with the arrangement of some of them or all of the items that you've used, and then thinking about, do I want to display these? Do I want to show them to other people? If you do have some collections, I'd really love to see them. So if you could send in some photos to Artspace, that would be a great way of you showing me your collections. But thank you very much for being with me today and joining me.